Hello there and welcome back. Now, in this lecture, I'm going to teach you how you can do this as a side hustle, blogging, right? So now Fitness Vault, like I described at the beginning of the course, if you scroll down to the bottom of their website, and this is no gimmick, this is real legit stuff. These guys are always looking for copywriters, to be honest with you. And if you click here on jobs, you'll know what I'm talking about. Scroll down to the bottom, click on jobs, and you'll find they have a lot of career opportunities open for people like you. Now, I decided to basically serve you in the best ways possible, all right? So I decided to serve you by showing you how to build the website yourself. If you want to become an affiliate, I'll show you everything in that regard. And I can also show you how you can become a freelancer, right? Now, there's many ways that you can become a freelancer with Fitness Vault. So if you're taking this lecture, for example, right now, if you're taking this course, the entire course, the course, first of all, shows you how to build a website. So this is a skill. You're going to become a professional web developer by the end of this course. I don't care what many people say. Some of you might say, oh, this is crazy. We're not going to become WordPress developers. But hey, if you, in this course, you're learning how to create this website, right? You're learning how to create their own website. So that's a skill. That's a skill. And especially for a website like Fitness Vault, especially when you apply for a website like Fitness Vault, you can flex and you can tell them, hey, I've just recently was just playing around and I built a website just like your own. I mean, don't tell me they're not going to be surprised when they hear that. Now here, don't get scared by the job titles, right? These job titles, they shouldn't scare you. For example, news contributor. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to become a news contributor, hopefully in less than half an hour, because I'm going to make two videos. The first video is going to show you how to write the first blog, and then the second video is going to show you how to write the second news blog. So without further ado, let's go back here to this blog. So because I know this website all too well, because I was offered the opportunity to work with them last year, I know what I'm talking about here. Now, in this case, this is a blog, but this blog right here that you can see is not a blog that they have written based on their own imagination. They take videos, YouTube videos, and this is what they do. This is their strategy for blogs. They take YouTube videos and they transcribe them. They hire somebody, for example, this guy, if I open this guy up, Vedat Tapakovic. I said that wrong, actually, open the guy up. What was I saying? I mean, if I open the link to the profile of Vedat Tapakovic, hope I pronounced that right. Now, this guy right here, you can also see how many blogs he has written for Fitness Vault. And you can see here that he's written a lot of blogs. And by the way, Fitness Vault can charge up to $40 per blog. So this guy has probably made a fortune just writing for Fitness Vault. And believe me when I tell you that. I would assume he's made more than $20,000 writing for Fitness Vault. If you're interested in the email of Fitness Vault, there it is. it's at, actually don't write it like this. Write the symbol at fitnessvault.com. Send them an email to apply for a job opening that they already have. Now, let's close up this guy's profile. Come back over here. Now, if I scroll down over here, you can see there's some Instagram posts, some other stuff. But here, the most thing that I'm interested with is the video. Now, the video here displays this guy, who's Brian Shaw. I'm a huge fan of him. I hope he's going to make it. He's already made it, but I hope that he can come back stronger than ever. Now, I'm going to pause the video and just play the video here, play the YouTube video because I don't want the sound to leak. All right, so video is playing, sound is not leaking. I can open this up in the YouTube tab. All right, so it is open in YouTube. Now pay careful attention to the next thing. This is a hack, all right? This is a hack that very few people know, right? Even people that are teaching you how to use Chatgpt on Udemy. I've watched a couple of lectures myself. I can't talk for everyone, but most lectures, they don't mention this. Now, I can click here, right? Pause the video, scroll down. You can see here I have this option, transcript and summary. Now, this is only an option that I can see because I have installed this extension. Now, the extension I'm talking about here is none other than YouTube Summary with Chatgpt. Now, you can download it, YouTube Summary with Chatgpt. Make sure that you use zoom in on the logo, and this is the logo. Now, when you download this extension, I believe it can only work on Chrome. I don't know if it can work on Firefox, but that's not the point. I'm going to unclick. Now, in order to activate this transcript and summary, I can just click over here, and there you go. It's going to give me the transcript and summary. There's also another thing I can do. I can click View AI Summary, all right? And I can basically write a blog about it, or I can get ChatGPT to give me the summary. So now ChatGPT has given me the summary. All right, that's perfect. But this is not how we're going to write the blog. Now we can write it like this, and we can actually write it different ways. I'm going to try the first way, right? So I'm going to copy the summary given by ChatGPT just by a simple click of a button. I just clicked over here on View AI Summary. It gave me the summary, and I'm here. Now that I have copied this, I'm going to click here, open up a new chat. Now on the top, I'm going to activate GPT-4. I'm not sure if you can use GPT-4 with the free plan, but in this case, I'm just going to keep GPT 3.5 for the sake of everyone here watching. Now, the other thing I want you to have installed as well is this extension, right? The APRM for ChatGPT extension. Now, I prefer that you install the APRM Premium for ChatGPT. You'll find it. It's a Google Chrome extension. Go ahead and install it on your Chrome browser and find out if you're using Firefox. Probably they have a version for Firefox, but I don't know. Now, in this case, I'm being too lazy. But now here, when you activate this extension, what's going to happen is ChatGPT is going to change a little bit for you. This is what you're going to be able to see if you refresh the page after installing the extension. Now, what you can do is you can simply scroll down. Now here, you can notice human written 100% unique SEO optimized article. That sounds pretty awesome. Now click on that. Now, once you click on that, here you can either enter a keyword or a title. Now, in my case, I'm not going to enter a keyword nor a title. I'm going to enter the entire transcript or the entire, I would believe, the description of the video that given by ChatGPT. I'm going to paste it right here and notice, okay, the road to world's strongest man, overcoming adversity and injury to achieve greatness. The world's strongest man, my man competition was, all right, so, okay. All right, so here you can notice that it is basically giving me the the transcript of the video. It's giving me a blog, right? So this is an entire blog from scratch, and I can just wait for it to finish writing the news blog. Now, by the way, a lot of people would tell you, oh, you need to learn SEO. All right, SEO, that's pretty good. I'm going to teach you SEO in this course, but for news blogs, they don't really need to be optimized that much for SEO, believe it or not, because these are news blogs, right? They're not articles. It's not like an article that you're using to sell a probiotic supplement or preacher curl benches or something like that you need to rank on the top search results. These kind of jobs or these kind of gigs, they don't require you to be such an SEO savvy, you know? So you just have to have basic English, ChatGPT, and editing skills. That's it. So here, I hope that ChatGPT has finished writing this article. Now, it didn't even continue writing. It stopped at the conclusion. It stopped at the road to. So I'm just going to take the road to. I'm going to say you stopped at, right, and I'm going to paste the road to, and it's going to complete writing, right? Right now, it's actually, I'm going to say stop. I'm going to say, please don't generate everything from the beginning. Just write the compliment, right? Because like I said, ChatGPT can be quite stupid. Now over here, all right, so, okay, apologies for, all right, here's the continuation. Okay, well, it is quite stupid. So I'm going to stop generating, or actually it did stop by itself. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to go back to your dashboard and then go to posts, click on add new. Now this particular post right here is in the category, let me check which category. It's in the category of strongman, right? So we're going to give it the strongman category, but let's just first of all create the post. So make sure that you have Gutenberg activated on your website, because otherwise this would not show like this. So scroll way to the top, and here on the title, go back to your ChatGPT, copy this, come back over here, paste it. Now, the road to our strongest man, but we need to mention Brian Shaw. Brian Shaw is our focus keyword, right? So like this. Right, like this, I believe, is better. The road to overcoming adversity and injury to achieve greatness. Okay, now there is one last tip I highly recommend you to do is to use plagiarism detectors. Now, plagiarism detectors, there is Grammarly, right? So the number one is Grammarly. Now, the reason why Grammarly is the number one is because you can check plagiarism for as many copies as you want, as many texts, as many, you know, basically as many blogs as you want. Now, there's another solution, which is Copyscape. We'll talk about it later, but Copyscape is quite stingy because they require you to pay them every time you run a search. So basically, you buy credits. So for 100 credits, I believe they're charging about $15. And $15 is a lot because Grammarly is not that much if you fracture or basically split it on months. Grammarly, I buy it for $130 or $140 a year. And so if you split it by a month, it's just $12 a month. And they give me access to not only correct the mistakes in my grammar, but also to check for plagiarism for as many times as I want. It's basically unlimited. But if you want to use Copyscape, that's your prerogative. I highly recommend you Grammarly. Now, I'm not a Grammarly affiliate, which means I'm not going to offer any links. And I'm going to click here on you. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to simply start copying text by text. So I'm going to copy the first paragraph. And I'm going to paste it right here on Grammarly. So I'm going to click on Done. Now, you can set your goals. See, these are just basic goals. For instance here, let's say you want to describe something or convince. It just basically it will set Grammarly according to your goals. Now here I'm just going to want to tell a story. The audience is knowledgeable, formality neutral, and click on Done. All right. So here it's correcting my mistakes, but I'm more interested in the plagiarism checker. So I'm going to bypass the mistakes for now because like I said, you don't need to make a blog post perfect. But according to the last discussion that I had over a year ago with the manager in Fitness Vault, from what I can see, they have a very thorough editing process, which means that if you have the slightest mistake, even if you're missing a point, they're going to charge you for that. That's the reason why the number one thing I recommend you is to read your article, read what you write, read it thoroughly. The second thing is not just reading it thoroughly. The second thing is editing. All right. So make sure that you use a tool like Grammarly Premium or something like that to make sure that there are no mistakes in your copy. Otherwise, they're just going to reject your copy because you can't just write blog posts for them. This is how it works. You write blog posts for Fitness Vault, they take them. There's a manager. He takes these blog posts, he gives them to an editor. The editor then proofreads the blog post. If they find mistakes, they're going to start complaining. If they complain that much, you're going to be sacked. All right. So this is how it works. So before you can send them or submit them a job, make sure that you don't make a mistake or give it to them perfect. Now here I'm going to click on plagiarism, and this is going to run a test of plagiarism. So it says it looks like the text is 100% original, so I can just copy this without any doubt, and I can just paste it right here. It's zero plagiarism. It doesn't have any plagiarism. So now here, from what I can see, is ChatGPT has written the blog, but it didn't really integrate the word or the focus keyword Brian Shaw. It didn't integrate it that much. But just in this particular case, because we're just starting out little by little, I'm not going to ask it to add it, because remember, ChatGPT, you can ask it to add a certain name and make it the focus keyword. ChatGPT understands SEO, okay? This is what you need to understand, everyone watching me now. ChatGPT understands goddamn SEO. If you ask it, I want to make Brian Shaw my focus keyword, it's going to put it as your focus keyword. Now, in this case, we're not going to do that because we're just, like I said, starting out. Now because I don't want to test everything for plagiarism here, now that you know the process, I'm just going to copy the rest without checking for plagiarism. And to be honest with you, I trust ChatGPT in this regard because of one thing. You know, they really don't make that many mistakes. All right, so let me go to the top. All right, struggling to this, introductions. Okay, so I'm going to copy the text. And the conclusion, we already have it. So, all right, so here, there you go. I'm pasting the second one, and then I'm going to go over here. As far as the conclusion is concerned, I'm just going to go ahead and copy paste it. All right, so conclusion. Now, as far as the frequently asked questions, we can add it, but in this case, it's better off to not add it as a FAQ. It's better off to add it as a schema markup FAQ. And I'll talk about that later when we discuss SEO. So let me just come back over here, paste this. Now that we have created everything, right, we have pasted everything about the blog. The next thing here, I'm going to click on post, and we need to add an image for our blog, a featured image. Now, when it comes to the featured image here, there's just this simple image of Brian Shaw. So I'm just going to copy it. Or you can go to the YouTube video, which we have open, for instance, this one, and you can just make it full screen, and you can take a screenshot, right? You can take a screenshot like this. And basically, you can go and open up a Canva window, because I like to make my featured images all the same size, all right? So they should be 1200 by 630 pixels. 1200 in width, 630 pixels in height. So I'm going to click Create a Design, click on Custom Size, and right here, I'm going to make it 1200, 630 pixels in height. Click Create a New Design, close this one up, and there you go. Now, what I'm going to do is just simply, I'm going to paste the screenshot. There it is. I can see that it was taken in not the best possible way. We have not taken the best screenshot out there, but I'm just gonna keep it. I mean, it looks like he's scared. I'm hoping that he gets better, because I really like this dude a whole lot. I've used to put his videos a lot when I was training at the gym. And he's really motivational. So I'm going to add a little bit of brightness and just take away some brightness, add a little bit of contrast. And I'm going to say, or add this as my featured image. So download, come back over here and set this as a featured image, upload files, select files. There you go. And simply make this the featured image. There you go. All right. Now, for the featured image, you also have to add the alt text. So I'm going to say Brian Shaw in the hospital. Right? So let's just wait for it. So images with a huge size can actually be quite time consuming to add. So just be patient there. And here, write Brian Shaw in the hospital. And click Set Featured Image. There you go. As far as the categories, click Categories right here, and then we need to search for the category of strong man. I can see here that we have no such category, so we're going to add it from scratch. So you can add it from here, or you can go to the dashboard and add it just like the way I shown you when we created the menu. I'm just going to add it from here for convenience. I'm going to click Add New Category, and then I'm going to name this category Strongman. The parent category, it's not necessary to add a parent category for this, even though we can actually see the parent category for it just by simply going back to the website right here and clicking on Strongman. It can tell us its parent category, but from what I can see here, it doesn't have a parent category. So I'm just gonna disregard that. So let's go back and add new category. All right, so this is going to be the assigned category by default. Now, if we scroll down here, there are some Gutenberg elements that we can talk about later, but I'm just going to publish this post right now. And let's have a look at how this is looking. Now, the post is not complete because we need to add a couple of Instagram embeds. So before we finish the video, let's preview this at first, and then I can show you how to add those Instagram feeds. Now, right here, you can see that it's looking quite good, right? So it's looking quite good. The content was entirely written using Chatgpt. We didn't write a letter ourselves. We just took a YouTube video. We basically hired Chatgpt to be our writer, and that's it. Now, in order to make this blog much more aesthetic, I'm going to walk you through how you can add Instagram embeds. Now, the last time I checked, you couldn't really add Instagram embeds using the embed block on Gutenberg. And I had to go to Instagram to copy the source link or the source code link. Now, I'm pretty sure now it's going to be different because we've installed the plugin, the Instagram embed plugin. But let's try it first. If it doesn't work, I have the solution. So here I'm going to click this. And if I go back to here, now if I scroll down, they have this little Instagram feed. So I'm going to click on it. Now that's quite noisy. I'm going to click here to open it up in a new tab. Hopefully it doesn't work. Or hopefully the sound doesn't work. Now here we have some feeds. All right, so I believe we can take this one, for example, right? So if we take this one right here, now this is an Instagram feed. You can just pause this, click. Now we can basically take this, all right? So this is a link to it. Now I can copy the link. And if I go back over here, let's say, for example, I want to embed this right here. I can click the plus icon, look for the embed block, and let's see if it works. Last time it didn't work. Now this only doesn't work for Facebook and Instagram because of some laws. Let's try. If it doesn't work, I have the solution, like I said. Now, when I clicked on embed, it says, okay, so sorry, this content could not be embedded. All right, I have another way of embedding it. So I'm going to delete this, and this is the way that you embed Facebook and Instagram posts. When it comes to YouTube and the other stuff, you can embed it very, usually using the embed block. There's no problem in that regard. It's just with the Instagram and Facebook posts, those are the only ones that will require a little bit of trickiness. So here I'm going to click plus, and instead of the embed block, I want you to go and look for custom HTML. Now add that custom HTML block, go back to Instagram, and over here click this and click on copy link. Actually, not copy link, go back, click on embed, and uncheck include caption, because otherwise you're going to copy everything with all the comments. And so if there are 1,000 comments, you're going to copy 1,000 comments. I just want the feed. So I'm going to copy this, go back to my website and paste the code in HTML format, click on preview, and there you go. You can see that this is how it looks. Now here I noticed that they have added this as well. So they have added another Instagram feed of him training. So we can basically do that. So let's go to his Instagram, find some video where he is actually training, or maybe just a photo. Oh, there's an actual video here. All right, so I'm going to pause it, and I can just click right here, embed, click, and copy. So I can just simply go back now to my website, scroll down to the very bottom, click right here to the bottom. Now, actually, before the conclusion, I believe that would be a best suited place for it. Now, before the conclusion, I'm going to add some space, and this I'm going to click plus, custom is HTML, and then I'm going to paste my code. Hopefully, I didn't overlap it. Okay, so there it is. Now, what I can do next is at the bottom, at the conclusion, I can now take the link of the video itself, and I can scroll down and place it right here. Now you can just place it like this and it will embed directly, or you can use the embed block. Either way you do it is absolutely fine. So now we have an entirely good looking news blog that we have written with no skills, and so can you, right? So this is all thanks to ChatGPT. Now click on update. The YouTube video is still loading. I can see here it's not loaded perfectly. Now it is. So that's pretty good. Now we can make our post look better by adding some of what they're adding here. They have added some quotes. And these quotes are basically what Brian Shaw says. For example, here he says, this has reminded me of the most of 2013. In 2013, I had to have a nerve release surgery. All right, so it's basically just quotes from Brian Shaw about what happened to him. You can add those to basically make it look better. Now, in my case, I'm not going to do it because I want to do it my way. And I'm going to click right now on preview in a new tab. Let's open the post and have a check on it, the post, right? So now if I scroll down, you can see that's the picture. There are some Instagram feeds which look pretty good. By the way, people can like directly from here. They can share. They can do a bunch of stuff. So it's pretty good. All right, so that's pretty awesome stuff. Now, if I scroll down here to conclusion, there's the video. There it is. Perfect. All right, the video took quite some time to load, but anyways, there it is. Now, if I go, for example, here to World's Strongest Man category, there's nothing. Bodybuilding, there's nothing. Powerlifting, there's nothing. Workouts, there's nothing. So basically, there's nothing here. Now, we can change this, and we are going to, right? We're going to change this. But let's take it step by step. Now, next, we're going to go, first of all, and edit the settings of the post, right? So let's take care of that. we're going to edit the post settings, because here you notice that at the top, they don't have the share icons or like icons, but probably they have them at the bottom, right? So they have them here. So let's go ahead and try to make it look like something like this. Now here, as far as the category is concerned, we need to put another category as well. So aside from strongman category, there's news category. So if I search for it, let me assign this category as well to my post. Update. There you go. So we have a fully functional post. We have written. See you in the next lecture where we dive deep into this.